Oh, jeez. Oh my God.
You hear that noise?
Yeah. Oh, I can't breathe here.
Somebody's standing in that doorway.
I can hear breathing behind me. You freak me out. No, that's fine. Oh my God. Oh, that's such a witch's cackle. Sutton Valence has even got its own exorcist steps. How about that? Help me get in the mood. We're in Sutton Valence, which is a little town in Kent, in England. It's very small, very quiet, and it's actually sort of near where I grew up. This is where we're going to do tonight's work on my friend Pauline's house, which is at the bottom of the hill, and it's the old rectory. It's a house with quite a history, so it's going to be an interesting evening because the place is alive with spirits. One really obvious question which anyone would ask is that, seeing as how you're so sensitive and seeing as how you're so witchy, why can't you clear your house on your own?
Well, I can clear my house, but it's just things. I clear my house all the time, but things just continually come back.
Why?
Things find me.
Why?
I'm not sure. The things are attracted to me. I attract things to me, and I attract dark things to me, and I attract dead people towards me. Another yew tree. They're all the way along here, these yew trees.
Why are you so obsessed with yew trees?
Because they symbolise the passage of death, and they were very important to druids and pagans. We find them in graveyards because their seeds and berries are poisonous to sheep and animals, so you can't have them anywhere near any grazing ground. So they're in graveyards to help the passage.
That's an interesting factoid.
It's true.
Yeah,
they're very poisonous to horses, sheep. So you can't have them in any pastures where there are animals.
I think it's almost dark enough for us to start work. So while the toast is cooking, just to explain what am I doing here?
Well, you're going to do an exorcism on the house, I think.
Why am I going to do that?
Why? Because I attract very negative things, and I'm never on my own.
What does that mean?
I feel that I'm never on my own. Sometimes there are nice presences, sometimes there are very, very awkward, annoying, dark presences. And it would be good to have the house clear.
Well, you're not really like my typical client in that you're about as witchy as me, probably more so in terms of a witch. I mean, I'd quite happily put you with a sort of, boiling pot out on the moors somewhere or up in the Highlands because you're being of Scottish extraction. So this isn't quite the sort of usual thing for me, because working with you will be much more of a kind of sounding board, because I know that you do attract this kind of stuff, don't you? What happened with that? Do you remember that story you told me about? In fact, you rang me up once and said that something had been reaching out of the floor and touching your ankles.
Yeah, that was in Benenden when we lived in a barn conversion.
What happened there?
I was just watching telly and I just felt this green arm reach up to me. It was really freaky. It didn't happen again.
That's really strange.
It was very strange, but the barn was particularly active, and I now believe, I don't think people like us should live in barn conversions because they're not built to live in. If you think about it, the intention of building a barn is to house horses or hay. They're not built as human dwelling places, therefore I think they automatically attract bad things.
So let's have a little conversation here. Alright, I haven't started yet. Drop the needle if you agree that you don't like this bathroom, whoever you are. Whoever's doing this, I'm not quite sure who's doing it yet. So drop the needle. Thank you. And now make it peak again. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Do you see what I mean? That is instantaneous. That is. I hope you got that, because that is so directly having a conversation. So I'm connected now. Yes, thank you. I'm connected. Wow. So this is the room we need to work on.
I can feel something over my shoulder right now. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, this is so creepy.
Have you done this before?
Have I done this before? Yes, darling. It's not my first time, if that's what you mean. And the interesting thing is that since we tuned into the energy here, the mood has kind of, I don't know if you can feel this, but the mood has kind of become more somber and heavier.
Completely. And just when you said your heart was going, I was feeling like, whoa, this feeling like that came over me. It was like, oh, heavy. I didn't know if it's just because the lights had gone out or it was your incense, but I didn't feel good.
No, well, it's like we've drawn them out. So we're standing in this house that was originally built in the 16th century down here in Sutton-Valence in Kent, and it was an almshouse, which meant that it was given to people who couldn't afford housing. It was sort of a generosity of the local lord who would hand out places to live for people who worked on his farm. This was one of them. And my heart is starting to beat already, starting to beat really hard already, which is incredible because I haven't even really started working yet. But I'm already getting that kind of physiological response to it, which is interesting. And I've spotted the place in the house where my dream was last night. I walked into the kitchen and my dream was in the kitchen. There's this utility room, and that was where, in my dream, the guy jumped out and punched me in the face last night. This space here, he kind of went like this. Just kind of came lunging at me, sort of like that. And then he smacked me in the face. So, now that I think about it, I can feel this man. And this person died in this house, and he's still in it. Because when he went, he was sent back. And I can smell alcohol. I can smell stale alcohol, like a sort of like the smell of him. So I think this guy was a boozer. A bad, violent man. I mean, I've been getting these this kind of undertow of violence for the last 24 hours since last night in this dream. And he wasn't nice. And he lost the reason he was very unhappy. He lost his son in this house, who died in this house. A little black-haired little kid. And that's what made him start drinking.
Maybe that's the little boy I've seen.
Yeah, it is. So, it's making my neck hurt. Anyway, I'll come back to this.
Perhaps this thing is half in the ground and half out. So just because we are standing...
Sorry, I can smell alcohol.
Ooh, don't think. We don't think.
I can smell alcohol really strongly.
Frighten me. I just heard a squeal outside as well. So that meant, then I thought...
Oh, it's so strong. Can't you smell it?
No. Because we're on a hill, I thought maybe this thing is half in the ground and half out of the ground. So just because this is the level we're standing on now, doesn't mean that thing travels on a different... Maybe it travels on a different level. And this is direct... If you draw a straight line
I'm sorry, Pauline, but that guy is standing in the doorway. He stinks.
Fuck. So this thing travels. There's a line here, and that's in the dining room. Is the same kind of. We should draw a line right through the dining room.
Can't you smell that? I'm sorry, but can't you? It stinks of alcohol in here.
Bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Come on, let's go. Now, while I play this bowl, you're going to move away from us, very far away from us, and you'll be fine. Through the open door. Pauline, may the Christ light protect you and surround you. May the archangels protect you and surround you. May they hold you in their wings, support you, and surround you with infinite love and protection. I think the issue for Pauline is that this thing, when she leaves, because they're planning to leave the house and move somewhere locally fairly soon, I think there's a great danger that it's going to attach itself to her because she's so sensitive and follow her out of the house. So we need to disconnect that connection, and the connection is really strong because you attract them, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you hear how loud that is? It only does that when it needs to, as it were. When there's an energy that needs to be released, it gets incredibly loud like that.
There's somebody standing in that doorway. Not a very tall person.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Oh.
Nice.
So, tell me what you're getting.
Okay, I feel really cold. I had tingling all on this side of my head. I've got cold energy going up and down my legs, up to my knees and my calves. And I don't feel comfortable. I feel quite cold.
And we've just chomped through this battery as well. I mean, I just put that in just now, and it's almost flat already. So, and there's something drawing energy now because the temperature in the house has really dropped.
We have got the attention of something.
Yeah.
And I quite like to put my coat on because I'm feeling quite...
Well, you can if do you want to.
I'm cold, yeah.
Yeah, put it on.
Right.
I mean, seriously, I reckon it's now 10 degrees colder than it was 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. Since we did that ceremony in the bathroom, the temperature has really dropped. As you say, we've definitely got the attention of something.
Mm-hmm.
Could this be the little Dalek man you were talking about, the Doctor Who thing?
Yeah, it's this some kind of thing that frightens me.
And do you think that... oh God, it's gone out of focus and my ear's whistling. Oh, that's better. It just came in here. That's why. Did you not feel that?
No.
Oh.
Well, I always feel something next to me. I always feel something beside me.
Yeah, you're one of them. I know what you are. I fought you before. And you recognise what I am, don't you? But you're one of those things that we call the Anakim. Yeah. Well, you've had free passage here, and now is the time for that to stop. And as you can see, I come heavily armed, much more heavily armed than you are. Oh yeah. Yeah. So, you're going to go now. I don't need your permission. It's not up to you. You can just fuck right off, you arrogant little shit, and go back to where you came from. I'm not going to stand on ceremony, but I want you to go. I insist that you go. I command you to go. I want you to leave this house, leave this family alone, leave this dimension alone, and go back into your dimension. You are not to come back into this one. No, I'm going to leave magic here, and if you use this house as a route, it will destroy you. So you have two choices. One, you leave. Two, you're destroyed. I'd suggest you take the former.
Thinking about it.
Gone.
Really?
Yep.
Well done. Was that connected to the Nazi? I think it was.
The Nazis were Anakim. Anakim and Nephilim. You can read lots about it. They were connected to the race. They are connected to the race that destroyed us last time. I fought against them. And I can tell you that the reason that when people go and see films like Alien with that creature in it, that's sort of what they look like, and that's why it scares us so much on such a profound level. And H.R. Geiger, who came up with the concept for that thing, was connected to the Anakim and was channeling the Anakim, and that's where he got his inspiration from. That's what killed us last time. Now, I can't prove that, and it may never be proved, but I know it to be true in the way that I know so many things to be true. I just do. I had one come into my dream once, and it put a black thing in my forehead into my frontal lobes. And when I woke up the next morning, my sixth sense had gone. Couldn't function. Even my dowsing crystal wouldn't respond in my own house. And something had changed. And it had to be removed, and once it was removed, I came back to normal again. But they tried to switch me off, and they tried to do that to all of us at some point. And everybody who is like me will totally understand what I just said. It's time for me to go.